Hey guys, this past couple days, in fact, this past year has been filled with really terrible tragedies in entertainment, especially movies. A couple days ago, Carrie Fisher passed away, which was really sad. She was Leia Organa, and to see her back in Star Wars: The Force Awakens was really something, and I can't wait to see her again in Episode 8. But sadly, it seems that another member of that family passed when Debbie Reynolds passed away the day after Carrie Fisher. And to be honest, I actually thought Debbie Reynolds had already passed away. Like, it was not only until this week that I found out that she was still alive when she was talking about Carrie when she was in the hospital. The reason why I made this video is because Debbie Reynolds played one of my favorite, my favorite character in any movie, which is Charlotte the Spider in the 1973 animated movie Charlotte's Web, which I've loved all my life. So, I felt like this was a good time to do this review, because, like I said, I love this character so much, and I love this movie so much. But, yeah, let's talk about it. Now, Charlotte's Web is based on the book by E.B. White, and it's about this pig named Wilbur who grows up with this girl named Fern, but when he gets old enough, he has to go to a farm. And then when he realizes that pigs on farms are brought to the slaughterhouse, he's scared out of his mind. But then he meets a spider named Charlotte, who says that she wants to help him. Like, she doesn't want to see him die. And right there, this movie is just utterly great. I love this movie so much. The best way I can describe this movie is really heartfelt. It does have a few jokes in there, and those jokes are pretty funny. But where this movie really shines is in the heart. Because like I said in my intro, Charlotte the Spider is my favorite character in any movie. And you're probably wondering, what? Wow, that's pretty random. I mean, like, you probably were expecting someone like Batman or something like that, but no, it's. Don't get me wrong, Batman's still awesome. I mean, nobody's more badass than Batman. But Charlotte the Spider, she's just so selfless. Like, not once did she ever think of herself during that movie. Well, maybe when there's a certain thing that happens to her, she has to pretty stay focused on, like that. Yeah, there's that, but she never really thinks about herself. She just wants to help this pig that is basically a complete stranger to her, and again, that's where the movie shines. It's just, this character is just so inspiring. She's everything I want to be. Because I'm gonna admit it, I'm not always a selfless person. Sometimes I think of me about things, and I don't like that. But every time I watch this movie, it makes me want to be like Charlotte. It makes me want to be like that character. I want to be more selfless with myself. And yeah. And this is portrayed very well by Debbie Reynolds. This might actually be my favorite voiceover performance by any actor or actress. It's that genuine. And it's around the end of this movie that really make me want to cry. In fact, actually, the last time I watched this, I actually did cry. Because the heart and pureness of this character just really shines. And it's just heartbreaking to watch. Some people will probably say, oh, wait, what? She's just a spider. How can I feel that much emotion for her? But there have been many instances where we've felt ourselves, or we felt a lot of emotion from characters we really shouldn't be feeling that close to, like with Captain America the Winter Soldier. When Steve Rogers meets up with his old girlfriend, who's really old, we feel for him. Because he's been gone for over 70 years, and now his former girlfriend is not only old, but senile. It's like she's starting to lose it. And it's just heartbreaking to watch. And this is Captain America. The guy who was probably the dumbest superhero in early comics. We also felt empathy and emotion for Samantha in the movie Her, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. And she's an operating system. An operating system. And we feel so much emotion for her. Oh yeah, and in Toy Story 3, when Andy has to go away, we felt sad for toys. For toys! So, yeah, I mean, feeling emotion for a spider in a movie is possible, and it was done. It was done in Charlotte's Web. And the songs in this movie were written by the Sherman Brothers, who wrote songs for Mary Poppins, but they also wrote the songs for the Tigger movie, which is my favorite animated movie. And you can clearly tell because there are some of the funny songs and some of the really fun songs, but then there's also the really heartfelt songs, and especially around the end. And I've got to touch on this ending because this is my favorite ending to any movie, period. Every note is where it needs to be. Every emotion you're supposed to feel works. Like I said, I cried during this ending. I mean, throughout the entire ending. I mean, it's because, like, it's just done that well. It's just done so well that I feel every single bit of emotion in that ending. Right up to the ending credits. It just works for me, and I do cry. And I'm not afraid to say that. I am a grown-ass man, and I cried at the ending of Charlotte's Web. I'm not afraid to say that. Because the writing for all of that, the music that propels the story along, and Debbie Reynolds' performance as Charlotte make that scene successfully make me cry. And again, I'm not ashamed to say that. And yeah, they did remake Charlotte's Web in 2006, which, again, I also find pretty great. In fact, maybe almost as good as this version. I mean, well, the original is probably a little bit better, but the remake isn't really that far off, to be honest. My only flaw with the animated Charlotte's Web, the only reason why I can't give it a full 10 is because there's one scene where Fern somehow knows all the animals' names, including Charlotte's name, and she also knows what the animals are thinking, like what they want to do. Like when Templeton takes the egg, she knew that he wanted the egg for his collection. It's just, I never really got that. I wonder why they did that. Like, if they had that one part out, this would be with the Tigger movie as one of my favorite animated movies. But sadly, it was still kept in, and for that reason, I really can't give it a full 10, but I can definitely say that Charlotte's Web is the greatest 9 out of 10 movie I've ever seen. By the way, please release Charlotte's Web on Blu-ray. I really want to see this movie in high-def quality. Again, it really is saddening to see that Debbie Reynolds is no longer with us, because her performance as Charlotte really moves me every time I watch that movie, and that's my favorite character in any movie. It's just, she's gone now. It's really, like, but you know what? Let's not delve into sadness at this moment. Instead, we should be celebrating her life, as well as Carrie Fisher's life, as well as all the celebrities that died this year's life. Hell, any awesome celebrity that died, we shouldn't feel so sad over, but rather celebrate their life. Celebrate their life by loving their movies, loving their performances, and loving what kind of people they were. and how they affected our lives. If you want to see more, click this.